Welcome everyone to today's video. So I want to be talking about one of my kind of favorite picks. It's not too highly ranked at the moment, but it is Polygon. Let's find out why I like this so much. Now, it might just be a video about how good they are and how many partnerships they have, but the bottom line is that's why I quite like it. Let me go into a little bit more detail. So just overall, what is Polygon? Why is it here? So Ethereum believes in Web3 for all. They are an Ethereum scaling platform, decentralized Ethereum scaling platform. Have to mention this, that enables developers to build scalable, user-friendly dApps with low transaction fees and without scarcity on security. So they kind of seem to have been saying, hey, look, we've kind of solved the trilemma here. But as you see, daily average gas fees saved 140 million. Yes, please. 100 active validators, 135 unique addresses. These guys seem to be doing pretty good stuff. Lot of solutions. This is what I quite like. Stark-based rollups, looking at zero knowledge EVM rollups, or EVM equivalent zero knowledge rollups. And they're looking now at supernets. But I mentioned a trilemma. What is the trilemma? So the trilemma in any blockchain is you can have decentralization, you can have scalability, you can have consensus, but not all three at the same time. You have to choose two of these. So, for example, decentralized and consensus, often known as security. Bitcoin and Ethereum have these, but they're not scalable. They're not scalable. Bitcoin has the Lightning Network to make it scalable. Ethereum has Matic to make it scalable. So just looking through this, look at this. This is one of the reasons why I quite like this. I could come in here and just say, hey, look how much. It's got $1.8 billion in TVL. It had a maximum of $10 billion back in, last June, July time. But the key thing that I'm looking at here, guys, because we're in a bear market, I know, it's everything's a little bit upside down, but that's not the point. The point that I want to look at here in terms of these different categories is, look, so we have decentralized exchanges, we have yield aggregators, cross-chain enablement, reserve currency, CDP, RWA, services, again, more DEXs, derivatives, again, cross-chain, prediction market, CDPs, gaming, yield, payments, lending. Look at how many different, should we say, just different categories. It says that up here, different categories. How many different use cases do each of these have? This is what I really like within the Polygon network. Now, obviously, guys, you know that I love something that is built for enterprise. I like something that's built to be scaled. I like something that actually partners with big companies, because big companies rule the world, whether you like it or not. And so if you can find a crypto project that partners with many of these, just in the way that Polygon Matic has, you might actually be in for a good time. So this is Coca-Cola. Looking next. What's this? Meta. Facebook, hello. So look, you can see, so obviously Facebook have said, hey, you can put NFTs on Instagram and on Facebook. Now, supported blockchains at this time include Ethereum, Polygon, and Flow. Hello. Now look further into expanding global payouts with crypto from Stripe. Hello, Stripe. Coming down here, payouts will take place over the Polygon network. We chose for its low fees, speed, integration with Ethereum, and broad wallet capability, as you see here. Once creators receive their earnings, they can hold their balance on Polygon, which basically means loads of people holding Polygon, or choose to bridge to Ethereum and exchange it into another currency. But let's have a look. Why is Stripe so important? After all, platforms like Stripe need to process 10,000 plus transactions per second. Pre-merge, Ethereum handles more like 30 transactions per second. Why would any Stripe customer want to wait or want to start paying in crypto if it's going to be so slow, not to mention expensive? Polygon, on the other hand, boasts transaction speeds of up to 65,000 transactions per second, with approximately around 10,000 times lower costs per transaction than Ethereum. And this is going to be a common theme, guys. I'm going to mention this later on, so stay tuned when we're looking at the Ethereum merge. But I've got to keep going. Adidas. Hello, Adidas. Look at this. So they are launching with, as you can see, let me bring it here. In homage to open innovation, Adidas Originals and Prada will leverage NFTs and Web3 technology to reward participation in a new kind of collective rooted in ownership, authenticity, and community. Adidas and Prada collaborated with Polygon Studios to build the project on the Polygon network. Who doesn't love Adidas and Prada? And then one of the other things, which, like I said, I love a blockchain that's ready for the big boys, the old enterprise clients. Well, they all care about, it's going to be environmentally, socially governance. ESG, my friends, ESG is one of the hottest topics in big investing now. What's the issue with Bitcoin? Why did the whole proof of work concept get completely voted out by the EU? Well, it didn't actually happen, I will say, but they were going to ban anything proof of concept just because it's not environmentally friendly. Well, let's have a little look at this. We see that Polygon is environmentally friendly. This is very nice. Again, more with the sponsorships and partnerships. Carryverse, which is basically you can build your own world and NFTs while enjoying creative digital experience. But this is, this is for Generation Z. And here's a new one, guys. I've never heard of this. Alpha. I did wonder, millennials, Generation Y, Generation Z, and look, Alpha. Why are they the Alpha? I don't think so. Not so soon, my friend. But anyway, it includes games, education, and commerce. But who are they working with? None other than Polygon and OpenSea again. Like I said, this is a video just dedicated to how many people Polygon have decided to work with. And it's absolutely insane. It is insane when you have a look at this. And it goes on as well. Robinhood are now, let me load this up, add support for Polygon Matic transfers on Polygon network. Hello, very, very nice. We know how many people use Robinhood, and we know how much Robinhood values their crypto trading arm, because I think it was something ridiculous, like 25 to 30% of all of their revenue came from crypto transactions, probably because most people lost money. But we don't look into that. So this is another great partnership, and I'm going to end this up with EY announces integration with Polygon protocol and frameworks on Ethereum scaling solutions. Massive one, because EY they're one of the big four accountancy firms worldwide, and basically, if you need something done, you go to someone like EY and they say, all right, sweet, we'll do it for you. But if they're advising this to all of their Fortune 500 companies, hello, Polygon. Very, very good. And again, we're just touching on that going carbon neutral in 2020. They also want to be carbon negative, and they're making a pledge $20 million to offset their carbon footprints and buy extra credits to eventually become carbon negative. Now, I mean, this is one thing, guys, there are some technicalities to this. I do think, reading their green manifesto, that they have everything in the right mind. But so far, what they're going to do is you can basically, if you have loads of money, you can buy carbon credits, which doesn't take the carbon out of the air. It doesn't stop you producing carbon, but you own something that says, hang on, I've produced less carbon. So this is something actually crazy that, like, you get the likes of like BP or Shell or like Exxon. They just buy carbon credits off Tesla, and they say, oh, look, our CO2 was, let's say 100 million tons last year, but I've got like an offset. I've bought loads of carbon credits, so now it's only 50 million. It's absolutely insane. So they're doing that. Like, it's a weird world that we live in once you start digging into it. But I do really like this carbon neutral push, because again, it's good for massive adoption. Plus, also they have, they are an inflationary coin. They are producing more than they kill, destroy, get rid of, whatever you want to say, burn. But they do have this habit of just occasionally doing a big burn, which is actually really, really good for the coin and the tokenomics itself, obviously making sure that supply doesn't run out kind of too crazy. And finally, they have done the first ever merger. So Hermes, I'm so used to like, Hermes is another Ethereum scaling solution, and they acquired Hermes for $250 million in a deal that was the first ever token merger. So they're going to merge these tokens together. Obviously, Polygon are the ones in charge. And they're going to be merging their tokens. I don't know why that took me so long. It's the first ever full-blown merger. And essentially, they're going to use this, Hermes network. They're very good at zero knowledge roll-ups, which basically, if you want security, which if you're like, all right, let me just frame something for you guys. If we want everything on the blockchain, right? We want mass adoption. We want everyone to be, using I don't know, Ethereum smart contracts for buying a house. I don't want people to know how much mortgage I have on my house. I don't want people to know my medical records. I don't want some people to know certain things. So blockchain is great, but you don't want to be able to go onto a blockchain. I don't want you to type into Etherscan, Ben's medical condition, and then find out I've got a micro. Wait, no. I don't want you to find out my medical record, guys. So what I would do is I would use a zero knowledge rollup, which basically means there is no idea of what's inside. So it just makes it much more secure, and so it's going to be very good for these people with my condition. Let the cat out of the bag there, haven't I? I'm only joking. It's going to allow these big institutions and especially big companies to not tell everyone what's going on inside their company. It's, they don't want. I wouldn't put my information if I'm a big company for my competitor to find. But some of you might now be thinking, well, what's going to be happening once the Ethereum merge goes? Is Ethereum, is the gas fees going to drop? So therefore you don't need this. Is it going to help it scale? So therefore you don't need a scaling solution. Well, no. I actually think that Matic is going to pump quite heavily on the back of this Ethereum 2.0 merge, because there's a lot of money waiting on the sideline for Ethereum 2.0. And if you're thinking about it, why would you not be buying Polygon Matic when it's very much tied to Ethereum? We know that Ethereum is going to get bought up like crazy. So, there's a lot of institutional interest, but they have to see if the merge goes well. If it does, then obviously a rising tide lifts all boats. So we're going to see the likes of Matic, when it already has all of these different partnerships in place, just continue to be used much more heavily. So for me, it seems like a bit of a no-brainer, guys, if I'm honest. I'm a really, really big fan of Matic. They are doing quite a lot at the moment, but I think they still have room to grow. They still have room to grow, and that's just because of the partnerships they have in place. Because of that, they're tried and tested, and also everyone knows and loves Ethereum. So I think they haven't solved the trifecta, because I don't think anybody can, but I think they're as close to it as we're going to get within a very kind of, should we say, reasonable time frame. But anyway, that's my opinion on Matic. That's why I quite like it. And if you want to find out more, drop a comment and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will be back with more.